Good morning, this is Sandra. I'm making this special video this morning to introduce you to the Paper Pumpkin box. The Paper Pumpkin box is a monthly subscription that you get, and it includes everything you need to make a set of projects. Most of the time it's cards, but sometimes it's treat holders, sometimes it's wall decorations, but they can always be transformed into cards. So today, for my very first time, I'm going to open the box, show you what's inside, and then we will make one sample of each of the 3 projects that is included. I'm running a little behind. I've wanted to do this for several months now, but I just got to it today. So this box is called Summer Nights, and it was from July 2020. So I'll be showing you July, August, September in the next, shortly. I'm not going to say in the next few days because it's not going to happen in the next few days, but I will do it. So I opened the box, and inside, I have actually not opened the package, is a set of stamps. So every month you get a different set of stamps. And this month, I'm just going to use this as a background. I guess that's not a very good choice, huh? Let me see. Oh, here. This one was obviously Summer Nights was a summer packet. You Light Up My Life is one of them. You're Invited. It's a party. And then this is a little lantern. And this is a starburst, or like a firework. And then When, Where, RSVP. And then Oh, the Summer Nights are all alight with everything magic and right. That's what that one says. And then there's a little flower and a tiny flower there, and then that seems to be, I don't know, a stem, a stick. We'll see. So this is the stamp set. Every month Paper Pumpkin comes with a stamp set. So it's a great way to build your stamp supply. This is just advertising for an additional package that they had to offer. It always comes with the ink spot. And ink spots are tiny little ink pads that you get a different one every month. So the other thing that you do is you build up your ink colors by having these little stamping spots. So this month, or in July, it was Blackberry Bliss. So we'll be using that. And then the packet comes, so we don't need that. And of course you recognize these boxes, right? Because these are the boxes that I use for your kits. So we'll set that aside, and we will open this packet, see what we have. It has all of the supplies, the card bases, the embellishments, even the adhesives that you need to use to build. Oops, I'm so sorry about that. my setup is not very stable there. I apologize for that. Okay, so it comes with all of the embellishments, the adhesives, everything that you will need to make cards. It comes with instructions. So these are the Summer Nights instructions. You will make 3 cards of this one, 3 cards of this one, and then 3 of these. And this is the card, and this is the little envelope, which is a little bag, and it comes with envelopes. So this is I believe it's about $22, but I'll post the link, and I'll post the cost in case you're interested. You can try it for a month or 2, and if you don't like it, you can always cancel. There is no penalty. There is no long-term commitment. It's a lot of fun, and many of the kits are perfect. They're wonderful. They're beautiful, and once in a while you get a kit that you don't absolutely love, but more of the time they're great. And then if you make them on time, the way that I should have done this one in the summer, then you can use them right away. But as you build your supply of stamps, you can swap up swap out the stamps so you can make your cards at any time. All right, so this is the instruction sheet. It tells you step by step what to do. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6. And then down here it has a ruler. So when you have to measure your ribbon or your baker's twine, you can use the ruler down here. So we will be making, let's see, I'm going to set this right here so I can see what I'm doing. This month it comes with these beautiful stars. And then it has mini dimensionals and glue dots. It has baker's twine. And then these bags that I told you. I guess they could be treat bags, or they could be tea light bags. They have a cutout. Look at how pretty. So we'll work on one of those. So we're going to take one of each. So I'm going to take one of these. And I'm going to take, okay, so this I don't need anymore. Let me put that back in the box. Then I'm going to need one of these. One of these. These are all the card mats. And one of these. And I'm not going to do anything with the envelopes right now. And then I'm going to need one vellum jar. So I'm going to set them out like this so I can put the pieces on top. So the vellum jar goes with this one. And then I'm going to need some fireflies. So I'm going to need 3 fireflies right here on this card. I'm just punching them out. You see all the cutouts are ready for you. And then on this one I'm going to need 5 lanterns. So here's 1 lantern. 2, 3, 4. Let me see which one I have. The navy blue one. This one, I don't have this one. Okay, so there's 5. I'm going to need 5 lanterns for that one. And then for this one, I'm going to need one of these Ferris wheels. I'm going to need that Ferris wheel there. And then it has a package or several sheets, 2 sheets of the labels that you will be printing on, that you'll be stamping on. So I'm going to need one of these for this one, and I'm going to need one of these for this one, and then I'm going to need one of these for this one, and then I'm going to need a block. Let me grab a block. And my stamps. So I'm going to first stamp this Summer Nights, the Summer Nights something, something, something. The Summer Nights are all right with everything magic and bright. That's what it says. I could barely see it, that's why I'm reading like a first grader. And I'm just going to open this ink spot. And it's best if you take the cap off. It's easier to use the ink spot. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink my stamp like this. Because it's so small, it's easier to do it this way. And remember, it's a photopolymer. Remember we talked about that already? It's a photopolymer stamp. So I'm just going to move everything over so I can have my cards side by side right here. I can stamp right here so you can see me. So I'm going to stamp this one. Let me re-ink that. just tapping, tapping, tapping. And then I'm going to do stamp right in the center right there. Just giving it a chance there. So that goes with this one. Now I'm going to stamp this one, and it's the same stamp. And I'm going to do that right in the center. Oops, that's a little lower than I wanted it, but it's okay. Remember, it's never wrong. It's your creation, it's never wrong. And then for this one, it says, let's party, but I don't, excuse me, I don't want a party invitation. I don't need a party invitation. So I'm gonna use, just as I told you, you can do whatever you want, right? I'm gonna use, maybe I'll do a thank you. I always need thank you cards. Always, always, always. I love sending thank you cards. Actually, I include them in my orders, in my crochet orders. So I'm just gonna do thank you instead of it's a party. So there we go. And then I'm going to do the starburst, or this firework. I think it's meant to be a firework. You're still there? Yes, you're still there. Just checking. So the starburst is going to be, and to make it faster, I should have grabbed my real size, my full size. So I'm going to stamp that there. You're not seeing me tap, 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 but I'm just tap, tap, tapping, okay? So I'm stamping there. And then I'm stamping another one here. So that's that card. And then for this one, let's see. For this one, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to add the fireworks. I'm going to add one here. I know you can't see there. I'm just following the sample. I'm following this sample right here in the instruction sheet, on the cover of the instruction sheet. So I don't have to think if I don't want to. I just can create by following the instructions. If I wanted to, let me just put this under here so I can go outside the line, outside the edge. I didn't want to stamp on my mat. So there's one other thing I'm going to show you before I forget. Don't those look awesome? And the best part is you have the stamp set to continue using. So what I want to show you is, I've already shown you my chamois. I've shown you that several times, and as soon as I can find it, I'm going to show you something else with the chamois. What in the world is it? Oh, here it is, right where I left it. So I have it in a case. I don't believe that I had shown you that. And I just keep it here so that I can use it, clean my stamps. And then I don't have to be opening a Ziploc bag. So, and every once in a while I spritz it with water so it stays moist, but it's still moist and I haven't used it in several days. So it starts getting hard when it's dry, but in the center it's really soft, so just spray it a little bit. I wanted to show you that. For when you get your chamois, you need a box. We do sell those boxes. And I also told you that this is available too if you don't have one, all right? The stamping mat, it's available too. Okay, so let's start with, let's start with an easy one. Let's start with this one. This isn't, not that it's not easy. It's just that some are easier than others. So we'll start with this one. So we're going to put, look at this. We're going to put dimensionals, and I'm going to use regular size dimensionals. Just because I have them, they're easier to work with. So I'm going to add this. This is going to go here, and this is going to go here. Oops, there. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere this side, because we don't want the glue to show on the vellum. So then I'm going to add a dimensional to each of the fireflies. Have you ever seen fireflies? I did once when I was about 14. It's amazing how they glow. So then this little one, let me see. I'm going to put that one up there. Oh, I'm going to put this one right here. I'm going to put it right here. And then I'm going to put this one right here. And then I'm going to turn this over, and I'm going to add glue dots right here. Remember those little glue dots that were included in the kit? So I'm going to using my take your pick tool, I'm going to pick up a glue dot and put it right behind where the glue, where it's hidden, where they won't show, right? So I'm going to put several here like that. And then I'm going to peel them off. I'm going to peel off the second dimensional I had put on the label. Just peel them off. It's just like dimensionals. So here we go. I'm starting to sound like Isaiah's teacher. He always says, here we go. So, and then I'm going to add this one as if it's coming out of the jar. And there's my first card. They're kind of postcards, that's what they are, more than cards. But you know what you could do is they measure 5 1/4 by 4. So what I could do, let me grab something. Let me grab, well, I'm going to grab this, even though this isn't what I was thinking. If I took a card base, any color that matches, I could put them on as a top mat of my card. I could do that. Hey, let's do that. Let me grab a white. I hadn't thought of that. See, I told you I hadn't even opened it. I hadn't opened it, so I couldn't plan ahead. I wanted to do it with you watching. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of thick Whisper White. I'm going to score it. I'm going to cut it. I just cut it. I was going to score it that way, but it doesn't matter. It still works. 5 1/2. I'm going to score it. And I'm going to score both pieces so I can use both pieces. Score, score, score. So you don't need to do this, but I'm just showing you an option, all right? I could have just used that as a postcard the way it was meant to be. And then I would take this piece, because you can write on the back here. There's no need to do this extra step. I'm just showing you how easy sometimes we can make one thing out of another just by using our imagination and our creativity. So look, now I'm going to have a card. My thank you card is ready. Isn't that beautiful? All right, so we're going to move on to the next one. And the next one is this one that has the Ferris wheel. I'm trying to close everything I have open. So we have that one ready. So now I'm going to take, and I'm going to use dimensionals on this one, on this sentiment piece. Just going to put 4. Oops. So it's always good to know that when you get a kit, it's going to be great to follow the instructions, but it's also great to know that you don't have to follow the instructions if you don't want to. So then I'm going to put dimensionals on this piece. I'm sorry if you couldn't see that. I just realized I'm kind of low here. All right. So I'm going to put dimensionals on this piece, this Ferris wheel. One more. One more. Good thing we get 300 of them in a pack, huh, when we buy them. I love to use dimensionals. So I'm just peeling them off. And I've said that I'm going to start using this because it is easier. I'm just not used to it because I'm used, for years I've done it the other way. So here we got rid of all those. Let me get rid of this trash. So now I'm going to take this little piece and I'm going to stretch it. I'm going to put it along the bottom right here. Right along the bottom. And then I'm going to take the stars. Those are nice and shimmery. And I'm going to place, I think I'm going to place one here, one, I think I want to put one over here. I'm trying to decide where I want the third one. So 3 is a good number. Right there. So there's my other card. And I could leave it like that, but I can also make it into a full-fledged card. And I can attach it here. Just like that. So now I have a second card already made. Here's my second card. Nice and easy, right? So my third card, I'm going to add dimensionals to the back of my sentiment. I'm going to punch out the little handles that I didn't punch out before from the lanterns. And had I planned ahead more, I would have been able to change this sentiment too. There's nothing wrong with it. I could have just made some birthday wish or something that I could use as a birthday card. But as you build your supply of stamps with every shipment, you are able to do more and more swapping out. All right, I'm going to put this here. And then it says you need, it tells you right here, cut 2 pieces, 4-inch pieces of baker's twine. 4-inch pieces of baker's twine. So here's the baker's twine. I'm going to cut 2 4-inch pieces. And using the ruler that's on here, I can measure to the 4. Cut my piece. And then just double it. So I can cut the second one. All right. Then I'm going to move that aside. I'm going to make a little knot at the very end of this, just to give it a little bit of bulk. All right, I'm just making a little knot. It's a little bit difficult because it's right on the edge, but there, and it gives it a little bit of bulk. And then I'm going to do the next one. I'm going to do the other side. I'm just going to slide the knot over to the edge. I'm going to take your pick tool and slide that knot, or it's going to end up where I don't want it. Uh-oh. Just slip it over to the edge there. I'm just making a knot as if I were sewing. You know how you make the knot at the end of your thread when you're sewing? Okay, that's what I'm doing here. So I think I have been subscribed to Paper Pumpkin for about 5 years. So you can only imagine. That's 50 stamp sets that I have to choose from. 560, that's 12 times 6, right? All right, so now I'm going to slip. I'm going to take one of the glue dots, and I'm going to put it right here in the center. I'm going to peel it off, and then I'm going to attach the little knot that I had made. Attach it there. Then I'm going to slip 3 of the lanterns. 1, 2, and 3. Then I'm going to take another glue dot, and I'm going to put it about here. So they're supposed to be hanging lanterns, like when you go to a party and you see the hanging lanterns. So now I'm going to flip these over, and I'm going to add a dimensional to each one. So they'll float. So I'm going to do the first one, just like this. The next one, they're all supposed to be hanging. And then the final one. Then I'm going to take the second piece. I'm going to add another glue dot. This will definitely keep you entertained for a couple of hours each month, or several sessions. Sit down and do a few, and sit down and do a few. So in between the card kits, you can work on your... Okay, so I think this one is too long. So I'm going to clip it over here, which means my knot is in the wrong place. Let me just redo a knot at a shorter length. Then I'm going to clip my... Then I'm going to make it go this way, all right? So that means I'm going to put a glue dot right here. Oops, right there. Peel it off. Take the backing. Put my lanterns on. This time it's going to be 2. And then attach my little knot to the glue dot. Put the dimensionals on the back. And then turn them over. So you can see how entertaining this is for a bit of stamping during the month. And for this one, I'm not going to take the time to make a card because it can be used just like that. But I'm going to make the little envelope, the little bag, and I'm going to show you how it can be an envelope too. I'm just going to clip this off. And should I choose to make it a card, I can just attach it the way I already showed you. If I choose not to, I can write on the back. All right, so let me get a drink. And this time, we're going to take any scrap piece of paper. We're going to put it in here. Let me move this out of the way. We're going to put this in here. It's just a scrap of paper. My notes, what stuff I have to do. And then I'm going to take the firecracker, the starburst, the whatever this is, and I'm going to stamp it right here, right on top. And the reason I put that paper inside is so that it won't stamp on the inside, because remember there's slits right there. I'm going to put another one here. And I'm going to put another one right here. So now that I take this out, which is just a scrap, I could use this for a little gift, and I could put my card in here. Oh, I guess it doesn't fit that well. Totally expected it to fit. I guess it fits if I do this. It doesn't. But here, you could put a tea light, or you could use it as a gift bag, and then you can finish off with your card like this. Isn't that awesome? So here's the paper pumpkin for July 2020. We made the 3 cards, and we made the bag. You can subscribe. I will send you a link if you're interested, and along with the price. I believe it's $22. And I hope that you like it, and I hope that you give it a chance. And then I will come back and share another video with you for the August box next. Thanks. Have a wonderful day, and thanks for creating with Sandra. Bye-bye.